This video is produced by the UCD Math Support Centre in conjunction with the UCD Access Centre. In this video we will be looking at length and area in two-dimensional shapes. So on this slide we see pictures at the bottom left of a rectangle and the bottom right a square. So if we want to find the length of the perimeter of a rectangle, we simply add up a plus b plus a plus b. In other words, that's 2a plus 2b. And the area of a rectangle is given by a times b, so the length of the shape by the width of the shape. For a square, it's simply a rectangle where all of the sides are equal. So a square is a type of rectangle. So we can use the same formulas as above, just instead of writing b, we're going to substitute in a again. So the length of a perimeter is a plus a plus a plus a, which gives us 4a, and the area is a by a, or the length by the width, which in this case they're the same number, so we end up with a squared. Next shape we'll look at is the parallelogram. The length of the perimeter is equal to 2a plus 2b, so again, like a rectangle, we add the length by the width. The area is given by b times h, which is equal to a times b times sine theta. So we find that h is equal to a sine theta by using the trigonometric rules. The height h is the perpendicular height. It has to make a right angle with the base b. Look now at a triangle. So the length of the perimeter is equal to adding the lengths of all the sides. So in this case we have a plus b plus c. The area is given by half by the base multiplied by the perpendicular height, which in this case is half by a b sine theta. So again we find that h, perpendicular height, using our trigonometric rules, is equal to a sine theta. And again, the height h has to be the perpendicular height, so making a right angle with the base of the triangle. And the angle theta we choose to be the angle between a and b. The next thing we see is a trapezium. So if we were asked to find the perimeter, it would simply be adding up the length of all four sides, and the area is given by a plus b all over 2 multiplied by h. H again being the perpendicular height that forms a right angle with the base b. Now if we look at a disk, the length of a perimeter is given by 2 times pi times r, where pi is the value 3.1415 and so on. R is the radius. And we see that the area is equal to pi times r squared, r again being the radius, which is half the diameter. So the length of the perimeter is also often called the circumference. And lastly we'll look at the sector of a disk. So the sector is the green shaded region in the drawing on the right hand side. So in this case, theta, which is the angle within the sector, could be measured in either radians or in degrees. So we'll look first at if it is measured in radians. We then have that the arc length, L, is equal to theta times r. So theta being the angle of the sector measured in radians, r being the radius of the circle. The area then of this green shaded region, this sector, is equal to a half times theta times r squared. And if theta is in degrees, The arc length L is equal to pi over 180 times theta times r. The area is equal to pi over 360 times theta times r squared. So all we are doing in the arc length and the area to change from radians to degrees in both cases is multiplying by pi over 180. The reason the area is now pi over 360 is we have pi over 180 by a half, which gives us pi over 360.